Brahmanas. The Brahmanas are ancient explanatory texts related to the mantras and hymns of four Hindu Vedas. Brahmanas are ancient Hindu texts which contain prose commentaries attached to the four Vedas, the oldest Hindu sacred text. These contains explanation of mantras and hymns from the Vedas, teaching of legends illustrated by the myths, information about the performance of ritual as well as some philosophy. Each of the four Vedas, namely Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharvaveda, consist of two parts, the Samhita and the Brahmana. There exist one or more Brahmanas attached to each Veda. They serve as an explanation of the Samhitas, portion of the Vedas, and explain the secret meaning of the mantras and hymns. After several countries of oral transmission, these Brahmanas are assumed to have been coded between 1900 to 700 BC. The word Brahmana loosely translates to explanation of sacred knowledge or doctrine. It is supposed to have been derived from the word Brahman, implying the Brahman priests who have the knowledge and understanding of the Vedas. It means the explanation of a ritual learned by priests. The content of Brahmanas are divided into two main sections, Vidhi and Atharvavada. Vidhi. It comprises the instruction and warnings related to performance of particular rituals. Arthavada. It comprises the explanatory commentaries in relation to the mantras and particular rituals. The utmost importance is given to the Vidhi. Other topics covered in the Brahmanas are etymology, praises of the Devas, illustration, condemnation, scientific knowledge, observational astronomy, and geometry of the Vedic period. They also contain mythological tales and legendary stories. It is said that without the Brahmanas, the Vedic mantras have no meaning. The Brahmanas and the Upanishads are connected by the Aryankas, which generally contains speculative, psychological texts of the latest Vedic literature. For each Ved Samhita, there are prose commentaries attached in the form of Brahmanas. The principal explanatory texts attached to the Vedas are Brahmanas on Rigveda, Brahmanas on Yajurveda, Brahmanas on Atharvaveda, and Brahmanas on Samaveda. Brahmanas on Rigveda. Aitreya Brahman and Kaushitaka Brahman are related to the oldest known Vedic Sanskrit, Rigveda. These texts describe the 12 days' rites, the daily sacrifices conducted in the morning and the evening. Aitreya Brahman. Recorded around 600 to 400 BC, it contains 8 books, the Panchikas, each containing 5 chapters. It relates to the sage Mahidasa Aitreya of the Shakala Shakha of the Rig Veda and the ceremonies of the royal inauguration. Kaushitaka Brahman. It is the Vatkal or Bhaskal Sakhas of Rig Veda and contains 30 chapters discussing food and drink, sacrifice and the legend of the gods. Brahmanas on Samaveda. Samaveda has the 10 Brahmanas, of which Pansavima and Sadvimsa and the Jayamani Brahma are the main ones. Pansavima Brahman. It is one of the oldest and most important Brahmanas, comprising the 25 Parthpatakas. It contains details about many old legends like Vartasutma and others. Sadvimsa Brahma. It consists of 5 adhyayas or chapters. The text content of this Brahmana supplements Panvasima and contains additional information about miracles and omens. Jaiminya Brahma. It contains the description of the daily oblation of the sacrificial fire. However, a full translation of it is not available. Brahmanas on Yajurveda. The Shatpatha Brahma is attached to the Shakul Yajurveda and the Taittiriya Brahmana to the Krishna Yajurveda. They contain knowledge of geometry and details of astronomical events. The record of drying of the Saraswati river is also found in these. It also contains a list of the avatars of the god Vishnu and information about the origin of Puranic legends. Atharva Veda. The Gopatha Brahma is a singly attached to the Atharva Veda. It is divided into two parts, Purva Brahmana and the Uttar Brahmana. The chapters of the Purva glorify Athravan and its peace. A section of the Gopatha is emphasizing the functions of the Brahman priest who supervise the sacrifices. Brahmanas are ancient Hindu text which contains explanation of mantras and hymns from the four Vedas. They also contains teaching of legends illustrated by the myths, information about the performance of the rituals, as well as some philosophy. They serve as an explanation of the Samhita portion of the Vedas. Their content can be divided into two main sections, Vidhi, the instruction and warnings related to the performance of particular rituals, and Arthvada, the explanatory commentaries in relation to the mantras and particular rituals.